Hey, I'm Davey.
And I'm Tracy.
From daveyandtracy.com, and we just wanted to hop on and do a brief video for you talking about the upcoming new moon in Aquarius. We're going to share some of our favorite crystals to work with for the new moon in Aquarius, as well as some herbs and other correspondences, some rituals that we like to do. And we hope this video shows you some ways that you can embrace the energy of the new moon in Aquarius as well. And then we'll have a special invitation at the end for you,
if you want to go a little bit deeper.
So I just want to start off by showing you this sheet right here. Now this is a new moon correspondences sheet that is part of our lunar balance program, but it's pretty convenient, and I'm actually using this as a reference for this video because this has all the correspondences for the new moon in Aquarius, and we're going to talk about some of these today. So first let's talk about the new moon. So the new moon is a time to set intentions. It's a new beginning. It's the second lunar cycle of this year, and so it's an exciting time to start something new, attract something you want into your life. And so it's a good time to set intentions. And by set intentions, I mean, think about your goals and what you want to manifest over the next 4 weeks of this lunar cycle, and really get clear on that. Write down some goals, and we'll show you some rituals that you can do to manifest. As far as crystals, well, let's talk about colors.
When we start, Aquarius is an air element, just in case you use the elements.
Yeah. So Aquarius is associated with the element of air. Air is the element that rules thoughts and intellect. So if you're setting intentions for the new moon Aquarius, you might be setting intentions to improve your mindset, or to learn something new, something to do with the mind and intellect. You don't have to narrow it down to that, but if you want to enhance the energy and give more power to your intentions, aligning with the ruling element can be helpful as well.
Some colors to work with are blue, purple, violet.
You'll see we are burning a blue candle, and we also have some blue stones, which I'll talk about in just a minute here.
All right, so some of the crystals are amethyst,
lapis lazuli. Yeah, so amethyst is one of my favorite Aquarius crystals. It's actually the birthstone for February, I believe. Yeah, so it's my birthstone. I'm an Aquarius as well. So this is a special new moon for me. But the amethyst is a great stone to work with, and then lapis, you said, lapis lazuli, this nice beautiful blue stone with little flecks of pyrite in it. This is a great stone for manifestation. And just overall a good Aquarius stone to work with when the moon's in Aquarius. What else? Malachite.
We don't have
Labrador. Well, I do have a malachite. It's just not out. Here. But then, of course, labradorite. I love labradorite. I feel a deep connection to this stone for intuition and like divination. Like I'll keep this around with me when I'm working with tarot or oracle cards, or any time where I want to really boost my intuition.
And then black tourmaline.
Black tourmaline, I don't have my big chunk here, but I've got this beautiful river tumbled piece that I like. Black tourmaline is good for absorbing negative energy. I use it regularly to balance my energy and draw negative energy out of my body or out of my mind. So there's a ritual that I share frequently, and it's in, I believe it's one of the rituals in Lunar Balance, this breathing ritual with black tourmaline that I share in the crystal workshop there, but also in...
It is also in the third quarter.
Right. So if you're setting intentions to boost your mindset and reduce stress and anxiety and worry, black tourmaline is a great stone to work with while the moon is in Aquarius, especially during the new moon in Aquarius moon cycle.
And
what else?
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine, I don't have. We do have one, and I don't have. Oh, I think it's right here, actually. I think this is our aquamarine. So aquamarine is a crystal that's usually associated with water, but it's a very soothing, calming stone. And so it's also has an association with Aquarius. And oh yeah, I did want to talk about clear quartz, of course. I mean, you know, clear
That's
quartz is
pretty
my
much.
go-to stone for everything. So clear quartz represents clarity. So a good Aquarius stone, if you have one of these, is a tourmaline in quartz or tourmalinated quartz crystal. Which has clear quartz, but also threads of black tourmaline in it. So it's the best of both worlds, that clarifying, amplifying energy to help boost your intentions, but that black tourmaline to balance your energy and create a sense of calm and protect you from negative, especially if it's coming internally from your mind, that censor that tells you you're not good enough, or the negative dialogue that tries to stop your progress before you start.
Herbs to work with.
Yeah.
Herbs. Mint. We don't have any mint here because it's...
No, but I've been drinking a lot of mint tea. So mint is something that, I mean, I grow a ton of it. And
different kinds. So we make a lot of fresh mint tea in the summertime. So this time we
It's
both
all
have been
dried
enjoying
tea.
more mint tea. So it's a good time to just make some tea in the morning or afternoon or whatever. Just kind of, when you drink the tea, just kind of, set your intentions and think about what you're working towards this moon phase.
Yeah, drink some mint tea when you are journaling, writing intentions, creating a vision board, anything like that. Mint is very energetic and can help really, give you a lot of excitement and motivation to start working toward your goals.
And sage is all around another great herb.
Yeah, sage is good for pretty much anything. But for me, sage is purifying, cleansing, and I also find that sage helps balance my energy.
Mugwort. And we have this beautiful mugwort bundle of herbs.
So that's one of the mugwort smoke wands that we sell in our apothecary shop on our website. Mugwort is one of my favorite herbs. We grow a large patch of it in our garden out here, and I incorporate it into a lot of our herbal products, but also in my own practice as well, as both a smoke wand that you burn, but also oil, that like a roll-on oil. And I use loose herbs as well as mugwort bark. The stems are kind of woody, so the bark burns nicely in a cauldron. So mugwort is associated with intuition, divination, dreams. So again, when you're working with a new moon in an air sign like the new moon in Aquarius, mugwort can be very helpful to help you gain insights and boost your intuition, to help guide you as you manifest what you want to manifest over this moon cycle, and it helps you tune into that Aquarius moon energy.
And then licorice root.
Yeah, licorice root is not something I have. It's not something I grow. It's something I love drinking in tea. Licorice root kind of like, I feel like it kind of coats the inside of your throat. So licorice root is kind of protective. And when you're working with a moon in an air sign, it can, and you're especially when you're working with your thoughts, if you're trying to set intentions about your thoughts, trying to improve your mindset, you do need a little protection because it's hard work, and you might stir up some thoughts and feelings and emotions that could throw you off course. So licorice root could be something that you drink to kind of protect and create that protective barrier.
So then some essential oils to work with are lavender and pine.
Lavender is one of my favorites, relaxing, and pine. Yeah, pine's good too.
And you said recently you've been working with, because...
Oh, yeah.
Working with orange.
Yeah, so I've been diffusing a lot of orange essential oil just because Imbolc is coming up and the sun is returning, and I'm starting to notice that daylight is increasing. So while orange doesn't necessarily have an association with the new moon in Aquarius, the new moon in Aquarius usually happens around Imbolc. So I also incorporate that into what I'm doing. So it might be good to work with that too if you feel called to.
So those are some correspondence. Again, that's a sheet that we have in Lunar Balance to help kind of have everything like we did, just at your fingertips. So some of the rituals that we do around the new moon is journaling. And so while Davey has a great time journaling and he got me into journaling, I have always struggled with journaling. So that is one of the reasons why I created my own journal, which helps follow the moon phase. So this is the Lunar Balance. It's hard to see this. clear cover. It's a necessity because it keeps it clean, but it's so hard with the images. So it's a journal that I created to work with the moon phase. So you start with the new moon, because I struggle with just the open journaling that Davey does.
Yeah, see, I like to do a stream of consciousness on a plain old notebook, and I'll fill 3 pages like nothing.
Yeah, I need guidance, and so
Tracy needs prompts.
yeah, so
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that. So I created this. It helps with, we talk about what, we talk about the actual new moon, so it gives you a little recap of what what each moon phase is, how to work with it, so that way you can help set your intentions, because it helps guide you to set an intention and then follow through. So some people have used in the past just to kind of create their help with their emotions, and I use that for my emotions. A lot of people have used it for actual goals. So it takes you through each phase with journaling specifically, like David says, journal prompts.
Yeah,
so you've got
just kind of show the new moon journaling prompts though.
So some of these, it gives you a big space to kind of journal. So what's one big thing you're working on this cycle?
And you can draw, you can write. That's the beautiful thing about this journal, is that it's kind of, you can approach it however you want. If you're a list writer, if you would rather doodle or sketch or collage into it.
Yeah, so we don't have lines.
It's not intimidating lines and big blank pages.
Because sometimes that is intimidating to me. Again, if someone's in a journal, sometimes I have a lot to say, and sometimes I don't have a lot to say. And if I feel I don't have a lot to say, I feel like something's wrong. So yeah, this is something that, again, it also I have some quotes in here to help move you forward, especially if you're doing more of a goal, just to help you guide you through the moon phase. So this is a great tool that I have been using month after month after month.
So the Lunar Balance Journal is, of course, part of the Lunar Balance program. We don't have a printed copy yet, but it is available as a download and a fillable. Right. So you can download it and print it, which you can print on your home printer. We made it pretty printer friendly for most people. Mm-hmm. You could also, for a couple bucks, have it printed at Staples, which is what we do, and get it bound. I think it's like it doesn't cost much to get it done like that.
No, it's printed this is like $10. I did a colored cover, but because I like it, but printed it black and white is like $10.
And the nice thing about the downloadable copies, you can print a new edition every month and use it month after month after month.
Right, and I also it's nice that you can do that, and then you kind of can track where you're going, especially if you have a larger goal that's going to take maybe 3 moon phases or 6 moon phases. You can go back and look.
Well, we do have a digital fillable one too. So if you like to do it digitally or on a iPad with a stylus, or you type, you can do it that way as well. I want to talk about another ritual for the new moon. I like just doing a simple smoke cleansing as well. Smoke cleansing is great too for Aquarius being an air sign. Smoke is associated with air. So I like to just kind of, this time of year, just kind of, let the smoke waft around me and enjoy the fragrance of it, but also let it kind of loosen up and cleanse your space after the winter.
Right.
It can feel a little stagnant. So this time of year is a nice kind of time to do a home blessing, house cleansing, energetic cleansing of yourself and your home.
I like to kind of envision the smoke carrying away the negative energy, like my negative energy or other people's negative energy, just kind of like allowing the smoke to just drift it away.
And then of course with mugwort being an Aquarius associated herb, this is great if you're manifesting any kind of intentions associated with boosting your intuition and working on your mindset, or doing any kind of dream work, trying to get some insights from your dreams.
And we also we work with Oracle decks and Tarot decks, and of course we've mentioned the Lunar Balance. I personally like to have everything together, everything that makes sense, everything that's a cohesive flow. And so that is one of the reasons why Davey created a virtual Oracle deck for Lunar Balance. And it is virtual, so that's what we have the fun.
We are going to draw a card, but it's right here in our Lunar Balance dashboard here. So this is the back of the card. You just tap it and it pulls a random card. So we're going to do that right now because I'm curious. There is a new Moon in Aquarius card, or an Aquarius card, but what do we get here? Can I show?
Yep. So David created these cards.
So this is a card we drew. We tapped on that back I showed you, and the card we have is Reflection. Here, you want it. It says, my reality reflects my dominant thoughts and emotions and actions. So this is actually a very, even though it's a full moon card here, but the keyword is reflection, and it definitely fits with Aquarius. I'll read it again. My reality reflects my dominant thoughts, emotions, and actions. I think that's, I've talked about that before in our newsletter, because I want to look at the rest of it too. But one thing that I find really powerful is that if you're not happy with your life the way it is, a lot of the times, well, for one, if you feel like you can't control certain things in your life, we all have things that we can't really control. The only thing you can control is your reaction to it, your attitude about it. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy to just be like, if something terrible's happening or this obstacle is making your life difficult. I'm not saying that like, oh, well, just change your thinking.
Right.
But I mean, fundamentally, it is true. If you can change your thinking about it, change your attitude, try to, look for the positive or the growth lesson in it instead of just dwelling on the negative, it can be a very powerful shift. And overall, your reality and your circumstances are a reflection of what happens in your head, and what happens in your head is also being reflected in your reality.
Right. For example, yesterday I had a very, very busy day that started very early, and I saw myself already. David knows my energy. I was getting cranky with everybody because I had so much going on, and then I kind of paused, thankfully, very early, and I was like, well, I have a busy day, but that does not mean I have a stressful day. And I kind of worked myself through that with my energies changing, and reflecting about how I showed up as saying, I have a busy day, and it wasn't stressful at all because I shifted that narrative. So you're dominant. So then there's the card, and then underneath it kind of gives you.
I wrote a little blurb to expand upon it.
So your dominant thoughts and inner narrative reflects back on your thoughts and your circumstances. Your inner world is reflected by your outer world, as within, so without. Shift your attention to what you truly want. As they say, where attention flows, energy goes. Where does your attention, energy flow? Is that energy that you're inviting into your life? Is that the energy that you're inviting into your life? And then it has a little bit like some journal that you can do in addition to in your journal.
As well as some correspondences. Like clear quartz, black obsidian, but black tourmaline would also work for that too.
Herbs, rosemary, lemon balm, mugwort, the element of water if you work with the element, sign of Pisces.
Which is the next moon sign. And after the new moon in Aquarius, we're in a waxing crescent in Pisces.
So it's a nice little thing. Again, like David and I mentioned, we personally, this is a practice that we do all the time, and so we put together these correspondence sheets, because for me, it was very important for me to not have a bunch of books, to have the correspondent books over there, and then, the moon phase guide, have another book over there, and then to have, the elements, all the correspondence, and then my journal, which then didn't tie these in, and then this. So that's one of the reasons why, obviously you've heard me mention lunar balance, and that's one of the reasons why we created lunar balance, is it teaches all of this together in a cohesive way. So it
basically takes a daily practice and puts it together into something that's organized and doable.
Right.
That helps you balance your energy and manifest your intentions through the journal, the oracle deck, and those cheat sheets.
Yeah, we have a 7-minute guided meditation. This is our altar, but we have a 7-minute guided meditation that we do to help start your morning, to get into a place of peace and calm, and use these to connect. So it's essentially teaching you how to work with each phase of the moon a little bit deeper in a cohesive way. So if that's something that's interested in you, if you want to learn how to work with the new moon in queries or just in general in moon phases to work with specifically each moon phase, then we invite you into our Lunar Balance course. We have a Facebook group for a community, so that way you can ask us questions, but it's pretty comprehensive, I think. It's pretty guided and everything is at your fingertips, which is something that personally I like, because I don't like to have a bunch of different stuff.
We are also doing a live chat, a live Zoom call. We've been doing this with our Lunar Balance members for, well, that's for a couple months now. And so it's this, but we try to keep it around an hour. It's been spilling a little over lately just because a lot of people are sharing, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a ritual and sharing session that we do on the new moons and the full moons for our Lunar Balance members. So we're definitely doing one for the new moon in Aquarius coming up. So it's a great time to join and get on that call. Get a good start. We'll walk you through some of the journal. We'll all kind of share. You'll get to meet some of the other Lunar Balance members. And the last call we did, I mean, it was awesome because, everyone was sharing, and it was motivating to me. I mean, I created the program, and then like our members are sharing things, and I'm being inspired by what they're saying, and they're inspiring each other. So it's really an awesome, these Zoom calls are awesome. They're really great. And so that's a great way. If you liked what we did here, talking about the herbs and the crystals you can work with, but you're looking for a way to really put that together, like Tracy said, into a cohesive practice that you can do every day and really stick to and get some motivation, but what is the word I'm using? When you hold accountability for manifesting your intentions. I know.
Yeah, the accountability is really good because we share with our intentions on the new moon, but then we also share on the full moon how far you've come, and so.
So having that's a really good that's a really good aspect of Lunar Balance, to have that community and the support system, but also the journal and the tools that keep you accountable, on track, motivated. So it's really great. We'll put a link at the bottom of this video wherever we post it, because we are posting this on Facebook. I think we're putting this on YouTube.
Put it a couple different places.
Yeah, so we'll put the link below. It'll be either in the description or the comments, depending on where you're seeing it. You can also go to davingtrace.com/lunarbalance and /
It's important that neither one of us have an E in our name. DAVYAMDTRACY.
That's right.
That is important. So.
Yeah, we own all those versions and misspellings of our names, but there's only one that goes to our website right now.
So we do hope to see you, and if not, please let us know if you have any questions. We are happy to share our knowledge with you, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you on the new moon.
And enjoy the new moon in Aquarius. I'm looking forward to going into the next lunar cycle and getting a little bit closer to spring because it is freaking cold.
Yeah.
So let's. I don't want to rush the year, but I'm ready. I'm ready to get into Aries and Taurus moons and get into spring.
Yeah.